Just an announcement. There are no early bird awards for this session, but all those who come in on time, and on time as they say is before time, will be promised a special award presentation. I can start with. कर लो, start ही कर लो.
Okay, good afternoon and welcome back. I hope everybody had a very hearty and sumptuous lunch. Normally post-lunch sessions are supposed to be very heavy and quite difficult to keep people aware and awake. But this session is definitely going to be different. It's the most eagerly awaited session of the last 2 days, if I may say that. We are now about to commence on the award ceremony. Before I do that, of course, I would like to thank all the 116 companies who have applied for the award. I know the award process, the application process itself is quite rigorous. It calls for not just preparation of an application, but a lot of deployment of everything that you write in the application, so that when the assessors come for a site visit, you are able to demonstrate how you live by the values, the principles, and the processes and standards that are mentioned in the application. I would like to also specially thank some companies. Their very senior members of management have come here to support their teams. In the morning session, when the assessors were sharing their experience, many of them spoke about the importance of top management commitment and involvement in the EHS journey. Okay. The presence of senior management here definitely not only motivates the teams, but also sends a very strong signal about the commitment of top management. It's actually commitment in action. So thank you and welcome here, all the members of the senior management team of the companies who had applied here. Without any further ado, I think I will hand you over once again to Shankar. He is probably far more entertaining and I would say has listenability than I do. So over to you, Shankar.
Thank you, Atul Saab. And I guess this is not about entertainment. This is very serious stuff, very serious sessions, right? You're all laughing, but I know the heart, there's the butterflies in the stomach. Yeah. Let me get you started. Let's have the display, please. Yeah. So why are we here? I said that's the basic question we should all ask, this existential question, why are we all here? So yesterday we said maybe the conference, those 5 platforms, those 5 knowledge sessions, that is what we're here for, to learn, understand the best of industrial safety, health, wellness, technology, and a little bit of environment, sustainability. So that's why we were here yesterday. And we're here today for something else. And I guess all of us know why we're here. So ladies and gentlemen, here's to the CII Southern Region Conference and EHS Excellence Awards 2016. Right? Welcome all of you. Let's hope you have a great afternoon. We've been through the journey across the past few years since the awards began, and I think, as somebody mentioned, safety EHS training is all about repeating, refreshers. So we'll do that, but we'll start with a context and we'll end with awards. You see the agenda before. Some of you who were here and awake yesterday and survived 1.5 days will know the agenda, but we'll begin with a safety pause. So what's a pause? This is safety pause is very important before any presentation. So what's the safety pause? What's this pause? Anybody? What is this pause? What is this pause all about? So this pause is, as usual, a nice acronym. It stands for plan and use safety every day, right? As I stand on the beautiful podium and I take step forward, yeah, the next step could be bad. So what do? Ask 3 questions. What is the first question? The first question, and it's a beautiful one, and this is the modern version of Kalidasa, the great poet, slightly anglicized. The first question is, what am I doing here? You know, I don't know what you guys are thinking. It's not that kind of thinking. The thinking that says, what am I doing? Where am I going? And they say that Tasmak Bear is where I'm heading for. It's not that. It's what am I doing? Starting from getting up in the morning, the right side of the bed or the left side of the bed, or decide to stay in the bed. Lazy guys, SAP technology and all you can use. It's about what you do, getting out of the home, crossing these roads, these dangerous roads as somebody mentioned today, and trying to get into the office, get to work, get to industries, and then try to reach back. I guess we get paid for that only, right? Doing work is a bonus. But this one is, what am I doing and what could go wrong with what I am about to do today? So it's about trying to understand the situational awareness of what could go wrong with what I'm about to do today. So this basically lists back with all the activities one performs across the day. We talked of various ways of risk assessment, and I think across the knowledge sharing sessions, including today's, we saw some various tools. And somebody mentioned, Karthik mentioned about a single dimensional kind of approach to risk assessment. There are some that's got 2 dimensional, some have got 3, some have got 4, some have got 5. It's like this beautiful Rubik's Cube. My son was an expert at doing the Rubik's Cube, started with the 3x3, then went on to the 4x4, then a 5x5, then 6x6, then 7x7. And then now they say they do it single-handedly, they do it at the back of the thing. So all that happens. But end of the day, it's about risk and managing risks. It's about understanding the hazards and listing each of the activities, listing each of it. And the second question is, what can go wrong? What can go wrong? What can cause hurt or cause harm? What is it that can go wrong with what you're about to do? Which is also about raising the alertness to what can go wrong, situational alertness. It's about listing the hazards related to the task you're about to perform. Like I said, it could be anything, either at work or at roads or at play. And the third question is, what can I do to prevent harm, or what can I do to avoid getting hurt or causing harm? This lists the actions to be taken, and they said not only the corrective actions but also preventive actions to avoid getting hurt or causing harm. So these three simple questions towards awareness, what am I doing? Alertness, what can go wrong? The third one is, what can I do to prevent causing harm or getting hurt, is all that you need to do. So I think a lot of people come in and we talked about turnover, contractors, about the experiences, about their exposure, about the turnarounds, and the retention time, the memory loss. But all that matters is teach them the 3 questions, and I guess all of us will be alert, awake, and alive. So that's the startup, and I hope now that's got you in a good gear to go to the refresher on the CII Awards. So when were the CII Awards instituted? Anybody? Fantastic. A big hand to Mamalan. Yeah, he's been there since that day, right? No, 5 years later. So like initially they were based on the safety awards, and as Shankar explained today on presentations, all of us have worn various hats. I also began my journey into EHS in CII on a panel presenting the awards. So this was in a refinery on the west coast, the biggest refining hub I would say in Jamnagar, and I was making a presentation to this jury in CII Western region, and this was in a beautiful, beautiful 5-star hotel, as I say. Nice presentation, and we got the award. And guess what happened? The continual improvement journey began after that. So as we began, this was a refinery that had been through troubled times, had been through a lot of issues, had corroded equipments, had been through floods in the one parts of the country, got equipment that stuck in the Middle East, and had a major pre-startup safety PSSR challenge in startup. The mechanical integrity of the equipment was pretty bad, very difficult to get the refinery commissioned safely. But touch wood, with the award, sometimes you give the emperor a prize, you give him a crown, and then he begins, and then good governance begins. There's a saying that says, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. But there's a counter to that, and it's a top-down kind of issue that says, until top management is committed, we can't do wages improvement. The other theory goes that if you have a Praja that is committed, remember the safety oath, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, safety oath, right hand on the heart, left hand silencing the mobile phone, please. Very critical award ceremony. All the noise that will come through will come from here, the audiovisual, right? No noise from this part of the audience, except the claps. So the saying also goes, Yatha praja tatha raja. You make the king as you are. So we anointed the king, we got the head of the refinery to understand the importance of safety. He got an award, and that began the journey of continual improvement. So I guess a little bit of reward and retribution. What comes first, chicken or the egg, is irrelevant as long as the journey of EHS continues. So the audit system worked well for some companies, but I guess to understand the truth in the reality, actually do the real-time assessment, maybe a couple of days with a couple of assessors, or as per the strength of the industry, the sectoral industry, that's how the awards were distributed, that's how they went on. The objective is very clear, to reward the companies adopting best and innovative practices. Innovative practices, and again we'll talk about that in a little bit. What is innovative practices? What is innovation? Who created this term called innovation? Innovation, anybody? New thinking, radical thinking. Marvel is the only guy answering. Anybody else from the back? Who is the father of creative thinking? Let me jog. Yes, who's it? Out of college. Yeah. So there is this great coach, this greatest Indian coach who ever lived, the coach of the Indian cricket team. Any idea who he was? There was this guy called Greg Chappell who instituted this theory, the Edward de Bono theory, that every person has got to rotate roles. So when you look at a problem, an EHS problem, and this is where you can get your cameras rolling, you first look at, will this thing work or not? Look at it from the heart. Look at it with feelings. Look at it from how things would go well. Look at what your gut says. This is about the feelings. You also look at how things could not quite go well. This is about, what am I wearing? Which hat? You can speak up, no worry. The free audience. The black hat. The black hat is about, you could think of how things could go wrong. The various ways how things could really not work so well. Kind of negative, but also important for the process. And this one, you know, tell me what I'm wearing. Creative. Marvelous got it right again. Out of the box thinking, or as they say, think like there is no box, go beyond. Yeah, the various the guidance you saw today, some of the innovative thinkings you got, you know, avoiding exposure, the hierarchy of controls. How do you get the elimination really done? You don't want to go down the bottom of the hierarchy. You want to get the elimination substitution going well. Creative thinking, out of the box thinking. This is what Edward de Bono propagated. Yellow, yellow, dirty fellow. And my condolences to Chennai Super Kings. Chennai Super Kings yellow. Which one is this? Visibility, can you guys see us? Zoom the camera so they can see us. Yeah, which hat is this? Yeah, so this one is about the benefits, the good things that could happen, how things could benefit from what you're doing. Look at the positives. And whatever decisions you make, what's most important? Having the right information. You wear all the hats, but have the right information. And finally, the master of our hats, yeah, the blue hat, what does it say? You got to manage the process, take a decision, right? All these hats has an advantage, and I was just having a chat with my colleagues over lunch today, talking of in the land of the Bhopal gas tragedy, and my wife was involved in the Bhopal gas tragedy. She was one of the first, not victims, she's the first rescue persons there. I can say that she's the rescue person and I am the victim of the Bhopal gas tragedy, married her after that. But implementing PSM, so we had a very interesting refinery, I talked the refinery case. So we had a guy who was the head of the maintenance and he used to be finding fault with everything the operations did. So we got this black hat to see, and his guy's name was interesting, and his name was Narada Singh. He's an old guy, managed the refinery since ages from the public sector. We said, and we put him in charge of a process safety management case study, a work stream, process safety element called mechanical integrity and asset reliability. Mechanical integrity, thinking of how things could go wrong, do preventive, predictive maintenance. So identifying that what he said was not wrong, it was negative, but finding how things could go wrong. Getting creative thinking, getting people in various functions to look at benefits, getting a cell that is called process safety cell, getting a cell called technical service to look at the process safety information, getting people, and this was about managing the thinking, getting the guys to work at doing procedures. So various thinking hats were identified to various work streams to do process safety innovatively. One of my colleagues said, process safety hasn't worked very well in India. It is true, but I guess there are various ways you could do things innovatively. So this is a platform where CII rewards innovative, creative thinking. So that's one of the examples there. Right. So where are we? So there are three things that CII is doing. Back on the screen, please. Innovative thinking. I hope this explained to you what is innovative thinking. To empower and enable safe work environment for employees, and I guess the core, and the Factories Act says, of the welfare of the people, ensuring that you provide them a safe working environment. Maybe industrial hygiene is not captured so well in the Factories Act, but there are reforms, there are changes, and I guess that will be done. Also, this is about helping companies, and there was a big session in the morning where we talked about the feedback, also about helping us improve best practices. One of our colleagues said today that, and I think what you got in the CD, a lot of people are asking, is the platform and the agenda for the presentation for these 2 days. You will also get a link which will give you copies of all the presentations, which is something that CII shares year on year, which will give you the entire case studies that was explained in the last 2 days, the presentation, best practices. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can learn good practice with other companies and implement them. Free learning. It's something that CII shares year on year across the industries, across the regions. So it's something that you'll have. And this platform, this award is to help you share best practices. So the assessment process, once again, I know this is not what you want to hear now, but a formal application, pre-assessment dossier, looks very complicated, but I think a lot of companies have fantastic dossiers. Some companies have put up AVs, some people have put up Flash, fantastic presentations, and if you had wanted to, if you had wished that you could have presented all of them, let all of them present their case studies out here. But great dossiers and great work by all the industries in the pre-assessment. So let's hear it for all the industries who put up the applications to this year's awards. And now this tough part, all these assessors who come in, all these guys with years and years experience, 4, 5, 6 and 10 years experience come in and do assessments on all the industries. But I guess a real-time feedback, and I think we'll also share the feedback of what went well, what could be done better, the improvement areas, and that should be hopefully a good tool for you to learn well and understand how you could do things better. This, like I said, ensured the management presentation from the CFOs, the CXOs and the CEOs. A lot of them are present today, and I think it's very, very, it underlines the commitment they have to the entire EHS journey. Obviously, review of the documents, document review is the hallmark of any assessment. This also has that. Compliance is the basis, so compliance is given. So all that also been assessed, and interfaces with the people meeting the entire value chain, the customers, the vendors, the employees, the stakeholders, including the contractors, and obviously the management and the team that was there. So this is about the process that adopted in the assessment here. So this is the chart you're seeing here, various colors, but you can see that Kerala and Puducherry pick up the bottom, and Tamil Nadu is at the top, and there is Andhra Pradesh and Telangana united today, and Karnataka vying for the middle honors. There's been a trend that's going up, a good improvement journey, and paradoxically, the participation company has taken a small dip. We'll look at this again. We took a pause in the awards for various reasons, including administrative, and you know that there was a big occurrence at Chennai. And I think all of you realize the kind of, what happens. Somebody talked of environment and sustainability and the importance of safety, health, and environment relatively. Are people more important? Is the environment more important? Or what is more important? I guess there was a time in Chennai when there was a big tsunami and there was earthquake somewhere in the world, Indonesia, which affected us in coastal Tamil Nadu also. And last year again, there was another deluge that affected us, November, December, 2 bad months with bad weather. And CII had done its bit to ensure that there was flood relief, there was relief camp, there was food, shelter, clothing, medical camp set up, and I guess that was a time when industries also took a pause. But I guess once again, kudos to the industry that came back, resurfaced like the phoenix, and are back again to the awards here. So welcome back, and I hope it is something that we must remember and pay a tribute to all the people who showed the resilience to ensure that in spite of the odds being against us, we still surfaced, and that's been the great success story. So once again, a big hand for all of us in the southern region who supported this. Geography, I plotted here. I think it's been a subject that we all should think of. So again, here we got Tamil Nadu up again, and we got Karnataka and the rest of the states bringing up that. A good geographical representation of the industries, and the focus again being, here again it's top down, 96 large scale and 20 small and medium. A total of 116 industries represented in this award, so that's a big number, but I guess we could do more with, as I say, the Hendrick pyramid. Fixing the foundation by building the base of the pyramid. That's most important, and that's what we can do. The sectoral representation, 25 in manufacturing, non-auto, and some of you over the last couple of days are asking what are these categories. So these are the 10 categories, the sectors that we call it. Automobile is 15, office software services are 14, infra is 12, pharma, food and agro processing is 10 each, cement is 9 with chemical, heavy engineering is 7, and hospitality is 5, bring up 116. So we're looking at awards towards all of these, and I guess there are trucks waiting outside to carry the awards for all of you guys in case you want them. But this is the sectors who are represented in the awards this year. 116. And once again on this slide, let's give a big hand to all the people who participated. So participation is fine, they say. It's something that they say. You know, it's as long as you kind of applied and got this is fine. But the happy ending is all with the rewards. So what are the rewards? The stars. The 3 stars for the industry is done 60 to 70%. Those who landed at 80 to 90% is 4-star across the value chain, not only looking internally, but also looking externally, looking outside, looking within and without, as comprehensive as it can get. It's a regret that we can't share it with all of you, but suffice to say that this is one of the best assessment tools that's ever used across the globe. And I think for that, the CII team and the think tank and the brainiacs who devised this over the years and developed this need to be given a big hand. So here's to CII again for a fantastic CII assessment process. Thank you. And the awards for this year. And I think now we should have the music and we should have the awards being unfurled. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the CII Awards 2015-16. There comes the music. And the best thing that ITC does, this partitions between hotels, you know how nicely they change the partitions. You'll see the efficiency and the speed and the effectiveness with which the partitions move aside to reveal the star awards, the 5-star sustainability award, the 5-star awards, the 4-star awards, the 3-star awards, look on screen, and the scale awards, the large scale, the medium scale, and the small scale, the sectoral awards, 10 of them, the EHS awards on excellence on EHS, and the sectoral awards. When you're ready, and I think everything that needs to be done slowly, safely, and they're doing it well. Yeah, no hurry worry, doing it nicely. So we have here all the awards. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you're all waiting for, the CII Excellence Awards 2015-16. Let's hear it for. So the journey, the time has come to tell you the journey. I'll tell you the roadmap to the awards. The roadmap to the awards is very simple, and those of you who want to hear this, hear it from insider. I've been part of the process. I've been an applicant. I've been on a panel. I've been on the jury, and now I'm out here. So the way to the awards is very simple. The roadmap is very simple. So when you hear your name being called, you got to come up from here, right? Collect the awards here, take the photograph here, and go back here. That's the route to the awards, right? So as they say, the mountain will come to Muhammad. Are we all ready? Okay. So the first congrats to all the participants, all of you who have participated, and I guess this is not just saying for the sake of saying it, it's a tough and complicated process. It takes time, and I think from CII, from the assessors, and to the people who participated. Let's hear it for all the participants, everyone involved, the entire value chain of the CII EHS Awards. Let's hear it for all of you guys. I don't know how far your memory recall is, but I just want to check. How many of you guys were here yesterday? Okay. So I see all the people who are the front seats are coming today, right? And all the guys in the back seat have been there 2 days, waiting. You should be here in the front, guys. Okay. Let's try and see how well you remember this session. Who was this? Who's this guy speaking at the podium? Guy at the back. Who's this? Which session is this? The very first session. What do they call the first session? Yeah, let's hear it. Don't look at the agenda. Don't look at the agenda. No prizes if you look at the agenda. Yeah, I think. Safety first. Here in awards, inaugural first, inaugural session. Yeah? Okay. Which session is this now? Award ceremony. You're all looking awards. Okay, who's this? I think you guys are looking only at the awards. Like that Lord Arjuna, not looking at the tree, not looking at the bird, not looking at the bees, looking only at the eye of the bees. Okay. So this is the 5 sessions we had yesterday. Remember these? What were these sessions all about? First was the inauguration, then there was one on industrial safety, then louder? Fire safety. There was that one you'll not forget, right? The one before lunch you'll never forget. The one after lunch you tend to forget. The one after lunch was wellness and the bond. And I think we heard about sustainability and ergonomics. And after that, and finally, industrial hygiene. Super. So great. I think you have good records. I think we'll all realize that this award is for all of you. Thank you for being a great audience. It's been a great effort putting up the best of people across the country, across the globe, I would say, who come in for the awards. People come in as far as New York and various countries here. So it's been a great effort by the CII to put up the awards, put up this presentation, and put up the panelists and put up the speakers. And I'm happy that you appreciated all of that. So it's a great opportunity for all of us. Here we go. Award categories. Yeah. So the Excellence Awards goes to top scorers. And this is the run through of all the awards there are. Tell me when to stop. The count of 10. Yeah? Right? Are we doing good here? Are we all ready? So how many awards? Can somebody count? And where is the gorilla? Where is the gorilla? Right here. Yeah, okay. Sorry. So you got it right. So yesterday we had a small online update, and there was a couple of the CII panel who's not in the country. He's a guy who's been through the process a long time ago. So we were giving them real-time updates on the program yesterday, what had happened, and he was very interested until around 5 o'clock. After 5 o'clock, the table switched. He started giving us a different kind of feedback. What feedback was that? Any idea? He started giving a different feedback, yeah, Shravan? What was that? Yeah. Did anyone hear that? He's a guy from Canada, not Shravan. He's a French guy. There's a guy who, plays this game. The first time ever that a Canadian has ever been to the Wimbledon final, right? So you got the update on tennis, and there's a guy called Roger Federer who's as old as the CII Awards in the Formula 1 in Grand Prix, and he's the guy who won this. So he started talking about this, but I think the audience was pretty enthralled. I think as late as, and after 6 o'clock it's difficult to keep people, but all of you guys were pretty focused and there. So this was on that. There's another set of people here who's interested in this. What's this? Who's in the final of the Euro 2016? France versus Portugal. So the guys in Portugal are the guys, we got a little bit of both of these in our country, right? A couple of companies here from Puducherry. And who's from Portugal? Yeah? A lot of Indians can go to Portugal without visa. A lot of people can go to France without visa. So this is something that's also happening there. But I want you all to look at this. This is the crystal ball. And I want you, this process, India is a democratic country. I want you all to participate in these awards. I want you all to make this the most popular and the noisy awards. And I think I want you to be process in deciding the winners. So there's a panel out here who has done some judgment, but I want you to tell us who should win the awards. And I want you to look at the crystal ball and do this, right? So I'm placing the crystal ball out here in front of Atul. Last year's award was highest in decibel rating. It reached 87.5 decibels. Is this okay by the Indian standards? No. By the US OSHA standard? Okay, chalo, let's beat it. Somewhere between the OSHA and the US standards. So this year, and we must pay tribute to the gentleman called Unni, who's always been sponsoring the awards, and we're getting the award distribution question out here also. So all of you got to make a lot of noise and find out who will win the awards, right? I hope all of you will participate in this process. It's pure democracy. The guy with the loudest cheer, the industry with the loudest cheer, wins this award, right? Are you with me? Yes. Right, back on screen. Ashutosh is worried now. So this is the award categories, right? Let me get back here and ensure that we don't do anything wrong here. Okay. So we begin right. So once again, this is for those people who came in and said those nice and some not so nice things. This is for the list of panelists, the guys who supported the process, without whom these awards would not have happened, right? And I want you to shout loudest for all of them. And as they come on stage to receive